G'day everyone and welcome to Duckzorly Gaming and our Let's Play live stream on Riverview. How are you all? Not sure if you can all hear me. I think I've got everything activated again now. So just let me know that you can hear me okay and we can get started. The reason I asked that is we've had a lot of difficulties recently, hardware and internet wise. Yeah. But hopefully I think we've got it all sorted now. So g'day to DC, Jimmy J, Farmer Klein, all in the house so far this morning. On this Saturday morning here in the land down under. Alright, so we are back on Riverview. Now if you caught the first two episodes, okay, you seem to be hearing me. That's okay. Good. Yeah, we're on Riverview, a map by Cavalier Roy. This is a remake of, or an edit of Newbie Farm. This is version 1. Version 2 will be out very soon. He is working on version 2. Our good friend Reefy has been playing version 2 and showcasing that. And I encourage you to go over and have a look at that if you get a spare chance. I think the link for Reefy is down in my comments. But yeah, so we're playing this one at the moment. We have started out. Now we did go to do a couple of different streams and we had technical issues, so we have advanced a little bit further than what we had been after the first couple of streams. So I'll just bring you up to date with where we're at. So I'll bring up the map. So what we ended up doing is, as you know, we bought these parcels of land up through here. So if I just show you the land, this is the land we've actually bought to start off with. We've actually installed our cow pen up here on the top end of this field up here, or this little land up here, the grass area, and we've also put in a silage clamp, and that's about the extent of our money. We've basically got down to the end of our money. We end up harvesting field 17. That's been fully harvested, and we are now in the process. I've got a hired hand down there at the moment. He's just finishing off the seeding. We're reseeding that field at the moment, and we've also harvested, ploughed in and resown grass on field 5 over here. So what we've got to do is we've got fields 3, 7 and 8 we need to bring in a harvest on. Now we're going to have a look and see what they are. I haven't remembered what they are. So we've got some soybeans, we've got some corn and we've got some oat over there to bring in. We've also got a field of cotton here. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to bring that in or not, because I don't think I've got the money to get a cotton baler. And we also do need to set fields 9 and 10 up as well. So yeah, so as you can see, there's the hired hand here. He's busy sowing some wheat. So we're going to let him finish that off, and then we'll come back to that. So what we might do today is we'll get, I think we'll get the oats over here harvested, and go from there. We do need to sort of make some money to get our cows up and running, so get some cows. So all that. Okay, so DC says, where's the horse pasture going? DC. There is going to be no horse pasture. Those animals shall not be spoken of. Alright, what we're going to do is I'll just take the Mahindra over to the tractors, or the combine actually. And we'll get our combine and see if we can get that started this morning. And Wizard says, hi, Duck's back was not down at the shed. Okay. Doesn't quite make any sense to me, but anyway. Alright. Oh, the other thing is we did a bit of work around the farm. We did a little bit more landscaping and putting in some more paths. Not a huge amount. Hallelujah. Yeah, thanks, DC. Yeah, just a little bit of landscaping around through here, put a bit more paved area through. We put a bit of a path. We got rid of some of the grass behind this shed over here, just so we can take the plough, culti plough over there and have that parked. So just a little bit of work. Alright. So in our main shed over here we've got the combine. So this is our main equipment shed here. So we've got the class combine in there. In here we've got our Big M. I mean, it's the must-have piece of equipment on any of our maps, as you all know by now. and we are using Fendt tractors in this series. So we've got a 724, we've got a 313 there, and we've got another 724 working the field at the moment. Do you spot a JD hat? No, you don't spot a JD hat. In fact, I found the JD hat that we bought at AgCrypt the other day, sitting here by my desk, and Julie got short shifted to the back of the nearest cupboard. Might have to give that off as a giveaway, I think. Alright, so this is our class Lexion 760 series. As you can see, it's had a bit of a rough, dirty run in the last field. But let's get going. We don't want to sit here and just be jabbering on. We want to get out there and do some work. Alright. So it is good to be back. I think the stream is looking okay at the moment, which is great. That was very embarrassing. I think it was last weekend. Last weekend? JJ, you remember better than I would. We did do a stream, and our good friend Virtual Farmer did a wonderful thing by bringing some of his guys in after his stream. And quick as a flash, we went to custard. Our internet provider, being the lovely company that Telstra is, basically couldn't accept anything. Couldn't do anything, and so we had to cancel it. So I had a good amount of people in there viewing straight off the bat, and it was for naught, unfortunately, and I felt so embarrassed. But it's one of those things. There's nothing I can do about it. So, all right, we're going to go around this side road here. You rate the stream so far 5 out of 4. Okay. Math not your forte, Klein. Alright, so what we're going to do, this is one of the fields over here to our left that we need to get in and sow. We might do that after we've done this this harvest. Now I'm pretty sure I can get back down to the main road from here. If not, we've done this for naught as well. Oops. So this isn't a bad map. As I said previously, I haven't actually played this map at all as the trees go through the windshield. I didn't play this map at all in Farming Simulator 17. I did watch our good friend Reefy play it extensively in 17, and he's still playing it, I believe. And it did look like a good map, but I just never got a chance to play it. So we're basically playing it now, and I'm looking forward to the port area and all that. We'll have a bit of a look around hopefully a little bit later as well. The textures aren't great because this is part of the import of the map from 17, but the new textures he's put in with the rebuild of the port and all that does look very nice. So we're looking forward to getting our hands on version 2 as well, which hopefully shouldn't be too far away. While we're talking about maps, I'm pleased to say as well, our good friend Nathan, who I haven't seen yet, and I mean he should be here because I maybe will be doing a bit of a rant a little bit later, he's getting very, very close to finishing off his Meadow Grove farm, and I'm looking forward to getting my hands on that and testing that for him. I'm going to help him out with testing the map, and hopefully we'll be able to bring that one to you very, very soon as well. Marwell Manor Farm, the map from Oxygen David, is currently in Giants testing queue, so it's just a matter of waiting on Giants to bring that one out, so that shouldn't be far away either. So that's a couple of maps that I'm looking forward to. Not a lot of the other maps have actually tickled my my fancy at the moment. There's a lot of maps that have been done that are very, very ordinary. And I'm not going to mention any other maps for any other reason other than the fact that it wouldn't be fair because I don't necessarily like them. I think I've taken the wrong road up here. Let's see where we go. I think I took a wrong turn, Clyde. And I did. This will be interesting. Right. Let's just get our bearings. Whoops. I have got a super fast run on, which isn't good. So I need to come in here. Right. Yeah, it was last weekend. Thanks, JJ. Okay. So it's in through there. So I gotta go back to the cotton farm. Okay. Cotton field. Let's see if we can turn this thing around. We'll just have a look up here. I might just have to go on. Actually, it's not my field. You know what? It's not my field. We don't like that neighbour. Let's just do it the easy way. And everyone turn off your cameras. Don't want to record this. Don't tell the neighbour. This is what happens when you come on a new map and you don't really spend a lot of time prior to it. It was one of the things I wanted to do with this map and the live stream. I didn't really want to sort of play it too much before. I wanted to sort of experience it and learn it as we were going. But it can sometimes lead to some embarrassing moments such as that. But anyway, that's alright. Okay, so what else has been happening? Giants have released a few more mods into the mod hub, and again we have not done anything in the way of reviews or anything else. We've been very, very busy with the new year. We've also, obviously, as you know, we've had some technical difficulties, and that included the entire fact that OBS itself just did not want to work. So that's what I was using for all my recording. So we've now changed software, and I think we're at the point where we're okay again. We're going to start pumping out some videos this weekend. So that is the plan. Whether that actually occurs or not is another matter altogether. But best laid plans of mice and men, as they say. Alright, now, one thing with this map, it is designed for smaller equipment. So we are going to have to take out some of this crop here just by bringing up to get the header up and get the header on. So there's no other way around that. So, whoop, that tree's in the way. We're going to go up and we're going to swing off here to the right, and then we'll get the header on. The overall scheme of things, it shouldn't be. I got caught up. Oh, there we go, we got him. All right. So grab the header and we'll get started. So for those of you that we haven't spoken to up until today, whoops, helps if I do that first. Happy New Year, welcome to 2019. Hope everyone has a wonderful year. We're looking forward to a very interesting year this year. Need to unfold first, stupid. Yeah, so it's kicked off with a bang. Back here down here in Australia, we're experiencing a huge heat wave at the moment. Yesterday was one of our hottest days ever in various parts of the country, and in fact the day before, the hottest 15 places in the world for that day were here in Australia. So it's been very, very warm. We've been looking at 40+ degree days, which equates to, I think it's about 110, 115 Fahrenheit. I'd have to go look it up and convert it, but maybe JJ could do that, or someone. But yeah, it's been very, very hot, very, very sapping, and there's no end to that as yet in sight. So a few more very, very hot days for us coming up. But yeah, we're okay. We've got air conditioning and all that sort of lovely modern conveniences, so it's not so bad. But yeah, unfortunately some of the elderly and that aren't doing so well, but hopefully they'll get a bit of respite. I hope everyone else is doing okay. I did notice there was some parts of the states had a bit of a cold snap and a bit of a snow blizzard the other day. I can't remember where it was. I I think Michigan rang a bell for some reason, but I'm probably way off the mark there. But yeah, so yeah. Alright, so we're going to get this well and truly underway. It shouldn't take too long to actually do this field. Hey, go T20. We have snow and -4. Well, there you go. So whereabouts are you, T? Please tell me Michigan. Please tell me I'm not losing the plot and I was right. -4 and snow. That'd be lovely at this time of day. Oh, sunny Scotland. Ah, of course. Yeah, you guys are going through your winter as well. But see, the thing is that's fine. But the beauty of Scotland makes up for the temperature, doesn't it? It is such a beautiful place. Alright, what else is there to talk about? Well, I was going to have a little bit of a rant at Giants again today. Nothing... Well, actually, no, it was to do with the game as well, but no, I want to have a little bit of discussion about their much hyped partnership with Logitech. Now, they vaunted them that they got this partnership now with Logitech and all that. And I mean, yeah, that's all well and good. We know it's a corporate thing where they're going to sponsor them and provide them with Logitech equipment for when they do their competitions and all that sort of stuff. But what I'm afraid of is it just gives them an opportunity. 102 Fahrenheit. Thanks, Jimmy. Mind you, Sydney was cooler than other parts of like Dubbo and stuff. But anyway, it just gives Logitech an opportunity to bring out some rebadged gear again and remarket it. But as much as the side panel, and I mean, okay, admittedly, Logitech didn't actually make that initially. I think it was actually made by SciTech prior to them being owned by Logitech, but I could be wrong on that front too. So anyway, they need to bring a bit of quality back instead of overcharging for cheap ass quality. I mean, I've had a look in the back of this side panel. I mean, being an electronics technician, it's just what I tend to do. I tend to pull things apart very quickly, and it is dodgy as hell inside. It really is. They've used cheap ass switches. They've used really dodgy soldering, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to replace a lot of the buttons myself with better quality buttons and switches. And yeah, it's going to avoid my warranty effectively, but it's just dodgy as hell. And for $330 to buy that thing at the moment, just the side panel here in Australia, and I'm just not with these companies doing all this sort of stuff. I mean, yeah, it's a great panel. It works well generally, but I'm just not a big fan of like Giants coming out and saying, oh yeah, we've got this big partnership with Logitech. Well, that's okay, but the truth of the matter is it's only going to benefit a very, very, very small percentile of the market, apart from them making more profit from them bringing out a Farming Simulator 19 steering wheel and side panel that you can pay $550 for and have it break down. But anyway, it's all part and parcel of the way we're going with stuff nowadays. It's not being built to the same level of quality and all that sort of stuff, but yeah. Not exceptionally happy with that announcement, but hey, I'm just a very small fish in the ocean, and my opinions don't really count. But I can tell you what, if I had my chance over with this side panel, as much as it is handy, I wouldn't buy it again. I certainly think using the Elgato Stream Deck, again, I'm not sponsored by Elgato or anything else like that, although I wouldn't mind being sponsored by them. That is a fantastic piece of kit. I've got one of them. I've ordered a second one, and you run multiples of them at the same time. They're multi-configurable. They are fantastic. I have a link in my comments down below, I think, for the Elgato Stream Deck. Go check it out, because really, for the price you pay for it, and there is a mini. Go check it out, because it is fantastic. It is so configurable, and I actually use that to control a lot of the things inside the game myself instead of the button box like the Cytec side panel. So go check it out. I mean, it is fantastic. It really is. DZ can make it decent. Look, no, I'm no Delta Bravo. I'm not going to do that. I don't have the time to do that. I don't really want to do that. I'm only replacing the switches because the switches in this side panel, they don't have a debounce, and it does double activate a lot. So I just want to remove them with a decent quality switch, and that's what I'm going to do. So and I'm going to put in some decent rocker switches, because these rocker switches, or supposed rocker switches, are very ordinary as well. So, but anyway, that's just, it is what it is. Sorry, I just had to just hide my yawn then. I've been very, I wouldn't say very ill either. I've just been a little bit ill the other day, and the last few days. And the other day I went to bed. I think it nearly gave my wife a heart attack. I was in bed at 7:30, and I slept through to, I don't know, I think it was 8 o'clock in the morning the next morning, and that never happens. I never do that sort of stuff. I'm normally in bed about 1 o'clock in the morning and wake up at 6 or 7 and then trottle off to work. But yeah, I've just been feeling rather icky, and the other night I was absolutely back. And even last night I went to bed reasonably early. I did a couple of tests with the internet, because basically yesterday while I was at work, I think the internet, I had an outage, and I think it may have been from a power outage, because our wonderful power supply distributors and that don't have enough power here to supply the bloody city and other such rubbish. Anyway, yeah, so I came home, and so I had to restart the router. So we did that, and I then went and checked, as I normally do. I did a speed test to see how everything was working, and my upload speed was at 5,500. Now, for those of you that followed me along with my little journey of live streaming, I've been lucky to get 4,000 generally. Anyway, so we got the 5,000. I'm like, well, that's a bit unusual. So we did it again, and we got 5,500 again. Then we did it again, and we got 5,500 again. And I'm like, So I opened up Streamlabs and Farming Sim. And we went, right, well, let's just do a test of this and see how it's going to go. And it sustained at 5,500. So I thought, well, I went to bed last night. I thought, well, maybe I should have tried to stay up and just do a stream while I had a decent connection. Anyway, I was feeling a bit tired, and so I went to bed anyway. So we came back this morning, got up a bit early this morning, and we got the same connection speed. So I don't know what's happened. I don't know whether it's Telstra have fine-tuned something on their end or what, but I've actually got a lot higher up speed at the moment than what and more consistent upload speed than what I've had, and hopefully that's shown by the stream quality. Hopefully it's not been petering out, sputtering. I did up my latency to, I think I've upped that now to 3,200. Whereas before it was sitting at 2,500, which was the minimum for YouTube 720p. So yeah, hopefully it's holding its own, and it's doing okay, and you guys aren't getting any delays or pauses or anything else. So yeah, here's hoping. Maybe things in 2019 are starting to improve. I mean, they couldn't have started off any worse. Right, so talking about that, actually that leads me on to something else. This series is going to be a shorter term series. It's probably not going to be hanging around as long as we probably planned initially. Reason being is we're going to have, on Farming Simulator 19, I'm going to limit ourselves to probably 2 main series. Now I've got Aussie Outback running as well, which I've got to try and get back into. That'll be our recorded series, our roleplay. But insofar as other general stuff for 19, I think we'll be limiting ourselves pretty much to just the 2 series. So there will be 1 series on Meadowgrove Farm, and there will be another on, let's see, have I missed it? Am I too far out? I am probably a little bit too far out. And the other one will be on Marwell Manor Farm, even though every man and their dog will be playing Oxygen David's wonderful map when it comes out. But that's the plan at this stage. So how far we get into this series, I don't know. Oh, I've got to turn that down. I really do. The trailer not going to take oats. Oh, I grabbed the... Why didn't someone tell me I grabbed the loader? Alright, we grabbed the loading wagon, not the actual trailer. I should have grabbed the crone. My bad. Alright. Here we go. We go back to the farm again. Yeah, so we'll probably get a few episodes out of this, but it probably won't be a long-term one. But anyway, just the way it's going to be. Sorry. Then again, it also depends though too. I guess if I fall in love with version 2, then we may well continue it longer term with it. Now, the one thing we are waiting for is some more good class mods. So we've obviously got the Combine Harvester, which isn't too bad. Now, there is a version 4 of that, I think, out as well, which we're going to have to go and have a look at. I think this was the path up here, wasn't it? Yeah. But I'm really waiting for a Zerion. No, I haven't seen any Zerions yet. Well, I have seen one, but it was a clickbait one. Yeah, it wasn't even worthwhile giving a second glance to. Mind you, there wasn't actually even a mod in there apparently. There is a Aragon 900 I saw today that's become available, but I'm just trying to track down the actual original author or converter of that mod. The 2 sites I've seen it on, I don't like to get mods from at all. So we'll have to research that one a little bit better and see if we can find that. But yeah, so if anyone happens to find a Zerion 5000 come out, make sure you let me know, because it is the one that we're after. So I was missing asking, is the game sound okay to you guys as well? Is it too soft, too low? Too soft, too loud? Too soft, too low. Since I've been talking about the maps that I'm going to be playing on, what maps have you guys been on that you've enjoyed? I know a few of, like Sutton. I'm going to leave that one right there where it lay. I'm not going to say anything about Sutton from my experience. So what maps are you playing at the moment? I know JJ is busy with me on our multiplayer server. We are playing Ravenport at the moment, and we're having a ball on there. That's fine for you. Thanks, mate. Yeah, we're having quite a good time over there. So there's a few of us over there spending some time there, and having a bit of a laugh or two as we go along. More often at my expense than anyone else's, but anyway. But yeah, so what are you guys playing at the moment? We've moved the mouse onto a side table here, and it's a bit gritty and not quite so smooth, but it's working okay. Alright, first load done. So as you can see, the weeds were in this. So most of these fields where they currently are at the moment is where we started with the game. We did play starting from scratch. So the weeds were already present in some of the fields we had. And we did actually also plough in our potato and beets fields that they had ready for us. Because we weren't going to bother doing that because we knew we weren't going to have the money to buy a harvester or anything. We didn't really want to do any leasing. So that's what those two fields near the farm are. That's why they've been ploughed in. And now we sort of need to decide whether we're going to try and harvest the cotton. Whether it's beneficial to try and harvest that cotton, even with the expense of leasing a cotton harvester, a cotton module baler. Or whether we just plough it in and do something else. Like I said, we concentrate on getting some silage done, which is what we're going to use field 5 for. We're going to use field 5 to produce some grass and get our silage clamp running, so we can got some silage for the cows. Pardon me. And the other crops basically will be to support the cows as well. So got to get some corn. Do we need corn? No, we don't need corn. What we need? We need some wheat. So we need some straw, we need silage, we need grass or hay. That won't be a problem. And I'm trying to think off the top of my head what else we need for cows. What have I missed? Water, obviously. I think that's it. I think that's the primary stuff, isn't it? Don't think I've missed for cows. Haven't done much work with our cows on our multiplayer server. We've only just sort of installed that on another farm, and we've got a co-op running. So, yeah, I'm more of a sheep man basically. Sheep and grass. Now, someone the other day, I can't remember who it was saying that they only ever see videos with me mowing. Every video they see of me is mowing grass. Well, it's not quite true. And as you can see, I'm not mowing grass today. Only because there's no grass to mow. But we're not mowing grass today. So I can also say we've got some new subscribers too the last couple of days. The latest one, I can't remember. Quickly look it up. bear with me. Nicholas Amiot has subscribed, so he's our latest subscriber, and he is our 696th, I think it was, subscriber. So we're very close to our interim goal of 700 subscribers. So not too far away from hitting that that goal, and then it'll be the moving on to 800, and we'll see how long it takes us to get there. But yeah, thank you to all those that have subscribed. Thank you for all those that continue to remain a subscriber of the channel. It is greatly appreciated. And all I can do is say that hopefully now we've seemed to have overcome our technical issues, we can start getting some more content out on a much more regular and consistent basis, which is obviously our goal. Alright, so I reckon we've only got another probably 2 loads. So this current load will be done, and then one more load and this field will be finished. And then we can come back up and we'll plough this one. We'll probably do wheat in this one as well. I think wheat will be our concentration. We'll get a stockpile of wheat and straw. And we'll do the same with some grass, hay, get our bunkers going with silage. So the 2 fields down to the farm, I might put grass on those, I think. And we can mow the grass around the farm, put that in the silage clamp, and we can get our silage going. So that's what we'll probably do on the next stream. We'll do a little bit of silage work, and we'll just sort of see how that develops from there. The other thing is we have to be mindful of, we need to make some money. So we've only got 37,000 at the moment. We're going to need some more equipment to do the silage. We're going to need a leveler, probably a wheel loader, perhaps. What else are we going to need? What other equipment are we going to need, guys? Got a mental blank. I need a bucket for my loader attachment for the tractor, because all I've got at the moment is a bale spike, I think. The other way we could actually do it, I didn't really think of it, I could have just done silage bales. We might do that actually. I might just do silage bales. Might be easier instead of a silage clamp. I think that's what we'll do actually. I think we'll blow away the silage clamp idea, and we'll do silage bales on this map. So if we do silage bales, hay bales, we can use the bales to do all the management for the cows in relation to doing TMR, and yeah, that's probably going to work a little bit better for us, I think. So that's what we'll do. Even though we haven't got an auto-loading bale trailer, so that means that you have to do everything manually. Oh dear. Yeah, so we'll do bales definitely. So it'll be silage baling. That'll be probably one of the next episode. We'll get some silage baling going. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Don't think we've done any silage bales yet in 19. And we might also do a little bit of forestry as well, just to make a bit of money. Now, the financial side of this map is toned down a bit because Cavalier Roy likes to make it a bit of a challenge. I think we are playing on normal finance. I have to double check that. But yeah, so making money is going to be a bit of a challenge. one load is not going to make us a millionaire for sure. So I have to sort of carefully plan how we're going to do it. And I think even though I don't necessarily like it as much, forestry may be a way of actually getting some fairly cheap and easy money in. Might just have to buy or lease a wood chipper, and that will be about it. We can just take it up to the forestry and set off the wood chips. Maybe a way to make a bit of cash for us. Hopefully we'll get to the end here and then we can just go off and offload. Now JJ, don't start. Just because that little bit of forestry, what was it? How many trees did I do yesterday? I did 5 trees, I think it was, on Duck and Port, and it took me basically all day. It's terrible, it really is. But that's just cutting it up manually with a chainsaw and then cutting it into smaller pieces, throwing it into the chipper, and doing all that. So yeah, it could be a long stream. You're right. I can't argue with that. All right. Might have to co-op you in, JJ, and you can help do some forestry work. Now it's funny. It's first time that I'd actually used. In fact, I think it was definitely the first time I've used a chainsaw and actually chopped a tree down that way. Normally I've always used a Ponzi scorpion or whatever else. And the difficulty, if you don't already know, with a lot of the trees on Ravenport, a lot of the trees that we want to cut down from the land where I want to use the land, which is the whole purpose of cutting down the trees in the first place, it wasn't to do any forestry per se. You can't chop them down with the Ponzi scorpion or the Komatsu. So I was forced to do it by hand, and it is a long, laborious project. Whereas the few trees that I had around the farm that I could actually remove with the scorpion or whatever else, I did use a scorpion and cut them into, I think I cut them into 1 meter lengths or 2 meter lengths, and that was so much easier and quicker to do, obviously, with a lot more expense involved. But yeah, I don't think I would do too much of the manual forestry work with a chainsaw. Certainly not on my own, because it is a very laborious and boring job. And I mean, besides which, I mean, the only reason I do it is the fact that it can actually make us money. It's not something, and I've made my stance very well known, I think, in relation to forestry. It's not something that I really believe should be part of this game. But it's there, and it's just what we have to deal with. Same as those other four-legged things. But yes, anyway. Alright, so almost finished. fact, I'm quite surprised how well the stream is actually held up. Is anyone off the top of their head, Klein, you may know, what's the minimum stream bitrate needed for 1080p? Was it 3.5? I've got a feeling it was 3500. In which case, if it is, I might do. Well, once I finish this stream, I might actually go off and do a test and see if I can do a 1080p, because I'd much rather do that than the 720. But it needs to be one where it actually maintains a decent stream quality, not just a dicky one. In any case, if Klein doesn't know, I'll have a look after this, and I'll have a look. So the other thing is too, I have made a couple of decisions in relation to other games and things for the channel. It's been a very sporadic set of games we've sort of shown, and with varying levels of interest. Jurassic World Evolution will not be returning to the channel. Whether it be my gameplay or whatever else, it has very little interest, if any interest at all, with any of my subscribers. So that one has been short shifted back to the solo play only list. Come February 18, I think it is, I will be showcasing Civilization 6 and the new DLC. And all the changes that come with it, and there are a huge amount of changes that come with it. Now the DLC is based around, well, it's basically a huge change, natural disasters, so things like volcanoes and flooding and a whole pile of other stuff, and it's going to change the gameplay. It's much akin to the disasters you had in Civilization 5, but on a much bigger scale. World Congress is been incorporated. Nobel Peace Prize and all that's incorporated now as well. And I think at the moment there's 5 new countries, I think. But anyway, all that's on my Discord channel, in the gaming news channel. Some of the demonstration videos from the developers, and other stuff is in there. So go check that out. That will be coming to the channel. I have been playing around, not that I've actually recorded any, and I'm remiss in doing so, but whoops, I keep forgetting that speeders are slow down. I am going to do some city skyline stuff again, get back into that. I need to finish off our park series that we were doing, and also need to bring in the industrial DLC that came out. I have played a fair bit of that off camera. I do love that DLC. The industry one is fantastic. So we're going to get back into that. And the other one that I will be bringing to the channel, I decided last night that we'll definitely be getting it. Well, we're going to get it anyway, but I will be bringing to the channel will be The Division 2. It's basically a first-person shooter with a story-driven mode. And we will be bringing that to the channel, and I'll be going through, playing from scratch, going through the story, solo play, and you can see how bad I am at a first-person shooter directly. We will be bringing that to the channel, so hopefully a little bit of diversity, and of course there will be the Farming Simulator 19 stuff, and maybe even going back to do some of the 17 stuff. I asked in my channel if anyone was interested in doing any of the particular stuff from 17 again. I do want to close out the Valley of the Old Farm, and I'm going to try and work on that this week. I'm going to try and finish that off this week. I also do want to close off the Lone Oak Farm series, and we'll get those done at some point, and they'll just be listed as normal videos. I may actually do a live stream on the Go Big Go Home as a multiplayer. We've got a lot of harvesting that to do on there, so stand by for that. But that's pretty much the plan going forward. So hopefully that'll be enough to keep you guys entertained. and we can move on from there. If there's any other games or anything you'd be interested in seeing us play or showcase on here, let me know. And wherever possible we might be able to do so. I also have considered showcasing my appalling performance playing World of Tanks. I've been playing a fair bit of that again of late, just because the fact of it's been enjoyable getting back into it. So we'll see how that goes as well. Alright, so that job there is finished. Now we'll jump out of here and we'll do what we don't like doing, but we will do it anyway, and we'll jump back over to our combine. And we'll put the header back on the trailer, and then we'll see what we're going to go do next. Oh. All right. Pop the combine. Away we go. Yeah, so it's definitely not a map that's built for the biggest equipment, which is what we've brought in here, but it's not too bad. Alright, now let's have a look. Let's have a look and see what we're going to do. Field 7, I think it was, wasn't it? Was next. That's soybeans, which was ready. Field 7 and 8 are both ready. Field 8 being corn. We can't get that. We haven't got a corn header on. So we'll do the soybeans quickly. Which we are at now, aren't we? All right. Where's my mouse gone? I'm not going to pick it up from there. That'd be a little bit too unrealistic, wouldn't it? All right. Hang on, what have I just done? I've gone the wrong field, haven't I? Why didn't someone tell me? Alright, I'm going to leave him there. I'm not going to do any more harvesting. Changed my mind. Alright, what we do need to do is get this guy here who was busy seeding. We might just pick him up and then we'll go off and field... we'll go off and... sow those other two fields, get that done. Alright, so yeah, we'll do these two fields up here. We'll quickly just fill, so grass on these ones, which is what I said we're going to do. And then that will be it for today, I think. Alright. Off to grass. And away we go. Okay, so he's going to cut straight across here and then do both fields at once. And that'll get us through there. This field probably needs a bit of lime on it, but we haven't worried about that as yet, obviously. We'll just put some grass in. Not really worried about how much of a yield we get out of it. We'll just be consistently just mowing it and baling it, so it won't be that much of a problem. Well, that was the other thing too. I was remiss. I was talking about the maps earlier. The other map that we will be playing, I'm not sure whether I'll be doing it on a live stream or a series, but we will be doing something with it, is Stevie's new map coming out, Fenton, is it Fenton Forest? That is almost complete as well, so that's another one that will be coming out in the very near future. As soon as that is out, we will do a review on it. We'll do a explore and share that one around, because we do love Stevie's maps and Stevie's mod work that he does for us, including this Stevie that we're pulling along right now, and the tractor we're in. So yes, that's another one that's coming out very soon, and that looks quite good as well. I will be interested to know though when I still don't think Giants have actually put out the full scripting documentation of that yet, and I think that's part of the reason why a lot of the scripting type stuff is very slow to come out. So I don't know exactly what, I mean, because those of you that know Stevie's maps, he always has a fair bit of production stuff in there. Not overkill, but he certainly has a decent amount of production stuff in there, like whether it be greenhouses or forestry type production, and all that sort of stuff, or his potato washer and beet washer and all that he had in Beaver Creek and that for 17. So I'm not sure. I think it'll be fairly plain in relation to any production. In fact, I don't think there'll be much in the way of production at all initially. But last I heard, a lot of that was actually caused by the fact that Giants have not yet released all the full documentation for the scripting and stuff. So I don't know if they've done that yet, but the sooner they do that, the better off we're going to be. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But hopefully it won't be too long, and hopefully we'll continue to get some decent mods come through. Right, almost there. And there's just the other field to do, and then that'll be it. And we just have to wait for the grass to grow, and then, like I say, we'll have to get a baler with wrapper. So we have to get the coon, I would imagine, and then that'll be what we do going forward for these grass fields. And then once we've got a good amount of stuff stored up, so silage and hay and all that, we'll look at buying some cows in. Alright, but that's basically going to be pretty much the end of it. We'll do the other field off camera. A bit dry, a bit slow. Bit drained, been a while. So what we'll do is we'll call it about there, and we'll come back to Riverview very soon. I will probably do a very quick test stream on something very soon. It won't be a long stream, won't be a lot of content or anything, but just basically as a test, so you can choose to either watch or ignore or whatever else. But apart from that, thanks everyone for popping in and watching for whatever amount of time you're able to spare today. It is appreciated. Hopefully we've got a lot of the gremlins out, and going forward we should be okay. And it's greatly appreciated to have anyone here, let alone everyone else that turns up. So don't forget, if you can, press that like button and also the subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. And we look forward to having you back here with us on Riverview and Duckzorly Gaming when we next return. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you all later. Bye.